How did you get started in the entertainment industry?
When I was about 5 years old, so like really, really tiny. And my initial way of getting into the business was I actually saw an ad for Shirley Temple CDs on the TV. And I like begged my mother for them. And she was like, sure, sure. So I watched all the movies and I watched them in color and black and white. And I said, I want to do what she does. And I think that was like the starting point of me getting into my career.
That's really great. Do you remember like the first project that you ever landed?
I do actually. It was my first audition, and it was for the show What Would You Do? And I had to play a pageant tot, and I was very nervous
Oh
because
my
it
God,
was my first audition ever. And I ended up booking it, and it was really great, really fun experience. And it was my first time actually being on TV.
I
Like,
love that show. It's so cool.
yeah, it was really fun.
Did you learn anything about yourself from working on the show?
Oh yeah, I think I learned to be more confident in
Mhm.
what I was doing because when you're doing a job, they throw a lot of stuff at you at once. So I was like, oh, and I was for being so young, I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. So I definitely learned to just trust yourself and go with the flow on it.
That's great. And I know you're a singer as well. When did you get started doing that?
And before acting, I was singing. I was always singing. I still sing randomly throughout the day. I guess, really started singing when I was about 4 years old. I was involved in an acting program when my parents were just trying to find something for me to do when I was little. And I started singing Seasons of Love from Rent. And I would just sing it around the house, and my parents were like, oh, we'll put you in singing lessons. So that's when I really started singing.
That's wonderful. And then do you have like any artists that you think you sound like or who inspires you?
So many, so many. I guess I'd say like pop artists, Taylor Swift, especially like her new folklore album, like
What?
really hits home because that's my style of music. I'm more like a country folk
Mhm.
pop artist. So when it comes to that, it's just so amazing. Kelsey Ballerini, so many people, Paramore, all those types of people are just, they really hit home.
I love those as well. Are you more partial towards acting or singing? I know you do both.
That's such a hard question. I love them both so much, but if I had to choose, I'd say singing just because that was my first love. It will always be my first love. All I wanted to do since I was little was sing. So acting kind of came with that when I was like, oh, I want to be on Broadway. Oh, I want to start doing this and this and this. So I definitely say singing.
Definitely. That's really great. And I know you're very involved with trolls. How did you get started with working with them?
My audition process was kind of interesting. I originally submitted an MP3 like recording from my closet. It was like a very last minute audition. It was really late at night, and this was about 2017. And I got a call the week of my birthday, actually 2 weeks after that audition, saying, "Oh, you booked it." It was so fast paced. Didn't even realize what was going on, and I started my first episode as a guest star, and then I became reoccurring after that, which was really great.
That's wonderful. What's it like doing voiceover? Have you ever done that before this project?
I did. When I was about 6 or 7, I started on the show Wally Kazam, where I played Hattie the Witch, which was a really great learning experience. I think that definitely prepared me to do trolls and to do other stuff after that, like podcasts and everything. Without that experience, I don't think I would be where I am now with trolls
Hmm.
because that really helped me and helped me learn. It was like a hands-on experience.
Definitely, that's always the best. I feel like for me, at least, I learned better when I'm actually doing something, like you said, an experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
And do you have a favorite episode that you filmed or did the voice for?
Oh goodness, there Trolls has so many wonderful episodes in it. It's so hard to choose. But I did do this episode called Glamping, where basically the kids go on like a camping trip, but it's all glamorous and they have this huge van. And I think that's probably one of my favorite episodes because there's a lot of characters in it and you get to hear like all of the different voices. Or my initial episode that I started with where I got to sing my song and really have that hands-on experience for the first time in the room.
Of course. And now to talk about more about your song, Because You're You, can you tell me about how that came to be? I'm really curious about how maybe they asked you in that process.
When I had my initial audition, I had to sing a pop song. And at the time, I was like, oh, I don't really know any pop songs. So I sang a Paramore song actually. I sang That's What You Get. And it was more of like a gritty song. It's more of like a rock song. And I ended up booking it from that. And when I initially got the song that I would be singing, I was kind of surprised because I was like, whoa, this is a pop song. This is new territory for me. And I loved the lyrics. I love the lyrics so much. It really means a lot to me, especially because it's such an inspiring song. And I think that's really drew me to it. And also it's like it was a new style for me at the time. I got to add some like cool vocal techniques, and it was just really fun to record and really fun to sing.
How long did it take to record? That's my next question. What was like the recording process like for the song?
I did it in 2 takes,
Oh
which
wow.
was really, really fast, and I don't think even I expected it. I did the first take great, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna use that one. Let's just record a safety," basically meaning if anything ever happened to that first take, they'd have an extra one, and I was like, "Oh, okay," and that was it. It was really easy, and I think because I prepared myself so much for it that I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I'm ready to go. I got this."
That's awesome. Do you remember like your reaction when you heard the final cut? Like what was your how are you feeling?
Oh, I my mom started crying when
Oh,
she heard it, and then I started crying because of course I was like, this is my song, like this is me, this is so cool. Especially when I saw like my character singing the song. I was just like tears. It was such a surreal experience to be like, that's me up there, which was so amazing.
I took a listen to the song last night and I loved it. Have you received any positive feedback from fans and social media about the song?
Oh yeah, people love the song, which makes me love it even more because when other people like what you're doing, it's really like positive reinforcement. It makes me want to release more stuff, or do more stuff with trolls in general. But I got a lot of positive feedback. A lot of people like love the song. I got a lot of views on YouTube on the song too. So many positive comments, and I think since it's such a positive song, it'll bring a smile to anybody's face. So.
Definitely. Is music something you want to pursue more? Do you have any originals that you're working on or anything like that?
I do. I will actually be releasing originals in 2021, which is very exciting. Can't enclose too much on that, but I'm very excited for everybody to hear, and I hope everybody likes it.
That's super exciting. And are you working on any other projects that your fans can look forward to right now?
I am. I'm doing TrollsTopia, which has is the spin-off version of Trolls the Beat Goes On, and I'm also doing Kyla's Corner, which is a podcast on the Mark White Show, where I have my own little segment every Saturday where I talk about inspiring things.
Awesome. That all sounds great. And now that the holidays are here, do you have any favorite traditions that you like to participate in?
I do. I actually did this last weekend. My grandmother, every single holiday season, we go to her house on a Sunday and she makes us gingerbread houses and we decorate them for 3 hours and then we see whose is the best. And I personally think mine is the best, but I don't think you can. My brother and my cousins would say something different.
And I want to go kind of go back to the entertainment industry for a second. I know you're super young, like I mentioned. Do you have any advice for maybe other young people who want to get into the entertainment industry?
Yeah, definitely. I would say trust yourself because with the entertainment industry comes a lot of like lost confidence and a lot of doubt. It's a lot of no's and rejection. And when you trust yourself and you're have trust in your confidence and who you are, I think that helps further. And I learned that the hard way when things were cutting me down. And I was like, I need to just be confident in myself and what I'm going in with or else I'm never going to book anything and I'm never going to get to where I want to be.
Where can fans find you on social media?
Yes, they can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Kyla D. Carter. So KYLADCARTER.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
No problem. It's really great.